Hey, it's your boy Vaughn Sasan, host of Startup REI Show. If you haven't done so already, check out startupreishow.com where you will access what top 5 angel investors are saying about angel and real estate investing. And in that regard, we actually have a guest today. His name is Subham Mohanty. I'll actually cue him in right now. What's up, Subham? How you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing amazing. Great to have you on. I know you have a background in angel and real estate investing. Maybe you could give the audience a little bit more about what you do, who you are, and stuff like that.
Sure, it's my pleasure to be here. And basically, I come from a real estate development background. I have a company, RG Homes, which develops suite homes for our suite customers. And we have
Mhm.
delivered more than 100K square feet of built up space to our
Wow.
customers uh, as of now. And we have been in business. My father has been doing it from more than 20 years, and yeah, from my childhood, I am seeing the real estate industry so closely, and currently I'm into the business.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you for that short introduction. And actually, I see on LinkedIn, this is what it is. You're a founder, and what's a MD?
As managing director.
Managing director. I thought it was medical doctor at RG Homes, and he's also a developer, angel investor, and startup and business mentor. And I see that often, actually. The last part, startup and business mentor, when you've seen and done it already with some people, you kind of want to feel like you want to help your old self, and so that's how you're doing it with other entrepreneurs. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
And
love working with other startups as well, and helping them gives me as a founder pleasure a lot.
I cannot agree more on my end too. It also not only the satisfaction factor, but also the fact that um, it feels like I'm actually helping myself whenever I give them advice.
Absolutely.
So at the deepest core, out of all these titles, you as a human being, why do you do what you do?
As I previously said that I have seen the real estate industry from my childhood. So it really excites me when we deliver the homes to the customers and they go into the homes with all their happy faces, and that really gives me the enchanting feeling that I really crave for. And then the another factor is being a real estate developer, you work with all the factors involved in the real estate industry. This they can be investors, they can be legal team, they can be
Mhm.
construction engineers, they can be anyone who are working in real estate industry. They are a part of our partners. So
Right.
it really excites me to work with everyone and knowing everyone and getting the deep insights of the industry.
Thank you for that. And I've seen it myself back in the projects of the Philippines, and now seeing it all developed when I come back 7 years later. So that's kind of why, sort of why I got into it. But then I ask you, what is the actual higher purpose of doing all of this, or
So
is there one?
basically, what we understand in a real estate industry, there is a lack of transparency and there is lack of innovation that is going on in real estate industry as compared to the others, right? If you go into the food delivery or hyper local startups, if you go into the D2C startups, there are a lot of innovations going on. But as compared to that, the real estate industry is lagging behind. So
Correct.
what we are trying to do is to shift the gear in the industry, and if possible, bringing something revolutionary, which will help at the last to the end customers and the fellow founders in this industry as well.
So does that mean you are also involved in the tech startup portion in the prop tech real
Correct,
estate
correct. So
real
I
estate
have
tech?
invested in some of the prop tech startups, and I'm mentoring into some of them as well. And we are also involving ourselves into the innovation in the construction segment, and
Hmm.
also in the industry insight segment. We are developing an algorithm to gain the prediction of the industries on the market, so that we can have a get a deal, you can predict the deal and the market size in the future, going through many of the algorithms. So yeah, that part is going on. Let's hope for the best.
Wow, trying to predict the future is trying to predict the future via data. Of course, that's how it's usually done. Is It's tough. That's great, and I do wanna ask actually, because like, how does your team or you and your dad's mission align with what you're trying to do with either on the IPO stage of startups or even on the cash flow side? Because yes, you're developing the tech for it, but you're also trying to help these people out to get into more homes and whatnot. Where's your core value in that, and how does that all play out on the personal side?
Well, a nice question. So, our mission and vision, as I said, is the purpose to bring the innovation into the industry. And in the cash flow segment, where many real estate investors just buy and hold the properties and then gain the cash flows, they really need the predictions. As I had talked earlier, they need to predict what is the future value, what is the price appreciation, and what is uh, the value they are going to uh, give into the cost of the property. So
Hmm.
all these factors are really really important in terms of cash flow
Right.
from real estate,
Hmm.
and how that's how we align ourselves with this. And yes, IPO segments are also important for us to have a larger picture in coming days.
And so, if I were to ask you, IPO or cash flow investor, which one would you describe yourself more? Which one would you strive to be more?
Cash flow, obviously, because we're into the development phase, and cash flow is more appropriate for us and less IPO.
Can you talk about the importance of diversification? Because you're now in both industries. Um, is there a particular reason why you wanted to do tech in addition
Of
to
course,
development?
there is a great man has said, change is the only constant, and diversification is what is needed to sustain in the industry. So always doing the conventional business doesn't give you the right cash flows and doesn't give you the right profits in the long run. So at the end of the day, in every changing times,
Yeah.
the technology is changing rapidly. And yes, I'm very much positive about the real estate industry is having a vacuum of innovation. And if that comes into the game, then you will be seeing in many innovations coming through in next 5 to 10 years. So yes, you have to diversify to sustain yourself in the business. And in that, we have tech, the technology side in the construction, and the prediction side, the data analytics side on the marketing side. So all these diversifications are really really important to sustain in the market.
Do you currently run any funds yourself with the real estate development fund, or how does that work? How does that structure work? I'm very curious about what you do and you and your team does at least.
So we uh, see for nice properties which can give a nice appreciation. So we have invested in some of the properties which can gain a nice profit margin in the long run. So what we do, we find the right properties, we invest in that, we hold that, and especially the lands,
Yeah.
and we do the land investment, and after some years we sell it out or we construct upon that so that we can have a great margin of profit.
Do you guys usually pool some money from limited partners, or is it just you and let's say your dad and some family members that pool the money in together and then buy? Does that make sense?
We do have LPs, and definitely we are going to raise even within 2 months. We are trying to raise around $2 million, and this is for a new project that we are going to have. And of course, this segment really needs capital.
Yeah.
As you said, cash flow is really needed. So this is a very normal for us to gain and raise capitals in regular intervals.
And with you and your team, is there a particular way that you guys are impact investing? Let's say post profit, post expenses, you get some little profit and you budget it to, let's say, a nonprofit, NGO, whatnot. Is that a thing that you do, and why do you do it? Why
So
not?
what we are trying to do is we are working out with some of the students. We are helping some of the innovative students to develop something that is useful in the construction industry, and
Yes.
as well as in the market, the marketing and sales side. And also we can invest on some of those segments which really uh, working for the green building strategies. So
Yeah.
we are focusing on these two segments, helping the students and helping the green building strategists, and
Sustainability. Mhm.
yeah, sustainable buildings. So yeah, we are investing in those.
Man, thank you. Thank you for being on the startup show to share all your wisdom and experience. I was just curious, how can people learn about you? Learn
Oh,
more about
there,
you. Mhm.
of course, there you can attach my LinkedIn ID, and people can
I will.
come through. And also, I will share my a website, the company website, and they can visit there and have some information about us.
Awesome. For those
Great talk.
curious that are trying to reach out to Subham Mohanty, you can find him on LinkedIn. I'll attach the LinkedIn on the description below. And I appreciate you being here, man.
It's my pleasure. Nice to have you.
You as well. I'll end the stream now.